Hard-boiled Haggerty in the ring now.
Today is the heyday of the pretty boy. Kowalski is called killer for blocking Gene Stanley of Chicago.
She likes it. Oh, boy, that can hurt.
Right here at ringside while we go in for a riot of roughhouse that's flatly called wrestling.
My father was a salesman, grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, moved to Hendersonville, Tennessee, went to school in Hendersonville. Then just grew up around wrestling. I used to go to wrestling matches. Eddie Marlin was a good friend of my father's, so I used to go to the matches and watch him wrestle. Grew up wrestling in high school, and then got the opportunity to break into wrestling. The dream was to be a football player. That was a dream, but when I was ninth grade year, I had a motor. Me and my buddy was going to football practice. Trash truck turned in front of us. We hit it. I went over the truck, landed in the yard, broke my back and ankle. Wore back brace for about 3 months, and my ankle just shattered it. So anyway, it was real good. Could catch the ball real good. My second, I'd seen Eddie. They all drove the big Lincolns and stuff, and I thought, well, that ain't a bad second choice, but it wasn't quite that easy. First car I had was old Ford LTD. It wasn't no Lincoln, let me tell you. Yeah, but hey, I wouldn't change nothing for the world. Well, Jerry Jarrett broke me in. I worked for him one summer on his farm. He used to come to my football games, and he lived up there in Hendersonville. And Eddie Marlin had a daughter that married Jerry Jarrett. So, he'd come to the games. And when I got out of school, as a matter of fact, he got me a partial scholarship to Louisville. My mother and father, they got a divorce. And so anyway, I couldn't afford to go. Plus, I played tight end, just wasn't quick with my ankle. I just wasn't fast enough. I talked to them, and for about 6 months, they'd had tell me to meet over there, and they was going to train me, and they'd be time for them to leave to go wrestling. So they just trying to see how long I'd come back, but I kept coming, and so they stood and trained me, and I started. The first match was in Tupelo, Mississippi, in about the end of 1975. They didn't even tell me I was wrestling. We were supposed to referee. And then we got there and they told me, well, they didn't want me worried about it all day, I guess. Tupelo, Mississippi, where the King's from. Elvis Presley, man. Yeah, I wrestled Phil Hickerson. We had a real good match, though. I mean, then the next night I wrestled his partner, and he ain't been wrestling about 6 months, and I ain't been wrestling that long, and it was like two folks with left feet, so it wasn't. I thought, Lord, maybe this ain't what I need to do, but I stuck it out, so here we are. I tell you, I was very blessed. I never had no trouble with nobody. I mean, they all took and taught me, man. I was a kid in the man's game. And instead of rejecting me, they took me under their arm, and I never had no trouble, man. Ain't got nothing to say bad about nobody. Some folks tired of this business. Why? I'm very blessed to have been in it. Very blessed to wrestle with soldiers I wrestled with. I mean, I learned good. So that, it's a lot different now. But, I wouldn't change it. The 80s was the best. Wrestling Harley Race and win the NWA World Heavyweight title. I mean, that's every man's dream. That's pretty cool. And then I remember when I first went to Atlanta from Tennessee, though, the first night there, I got to wrestle Abdullah the Butcher. Ole Anderson come to me and said, Abdullah Butcher beat you in 30 seconds, and he's going to bust your head. Tony Atlas is going to come save you. Jerry Jarrett told me, he said, if you get down there and it ain't what you like, call me and come home. And I think that's what he wanted me to do. But anyway, and Abdullah told me after the match, he said, it's okay, kid, I'll give it back to you one day. And I thought, yeah, right. Wahoo's Thanksgiving at the Omni. And this about a year later. And Wahoo was supposed to wrestle Abdullah on Thanksgiving night. And anyway, Wahoo and Ole got in a fuss, and Wahoo quit. And Ole asked Abby who he wanted to wrestle, and he said the kid. They all called me the kid. I wrestled Abdullah that night. I was over, but after that night I was there, And We went out there, he said, I told you I was gonna give it back to you tonight, I done forgot about it. And so we went out there, and you ain't supposed to get outside the rail. We fought up in the building, get back in the ring, I'm hitting, he said, slam me, kid. And I was about 210 soaking wet, and he was about 450. I thought, I can't slam you. He said, I said slam me, so I reached down and picked him up, and when I slammed him, that whole wheel building just went, still get goosebumps, man. Shit, I admire them all, man, because they all helped me so much. I mean, everybody that was anybody come through Atlanta, Georgia. Tommy Rich got to wrestle most of them. Shit, Harley Race, I mean, like, you know, that was the belt and everything. I mean, that was Harley Race. I mean, so much respect. He liked me a lot, but they've all, I mean, Bill Eady, I mean, me and Ole butted heads, but Ole, you know, I just very blessed. You know, the history's great. And for me, just to get to come and see the guys, this is my first time here, getting an award, really honored, because I went full circle, started 18 of 66, so it's been good. Just as a good-hearted soul that realizes without the fans out there, there wouldn't be no me. To all the fans out there, God bless you.